Tea Earl Grey, hot.
Welcome to the Ready Room Brief, where we discuss some things related to the Picard series. So, what are we talking about this week, Tim?
It's a great time to look forward at our hopes for what we'll see in this season.
So, where do we start?
Let's start with Picard. There's a few things we'd really like to see Picard do as sort of big payoffs.
This is about saving the future of humanity.
At some point in the season, we see Picard taking command of a ship, taking command and kind of coming back into his own as the captain. I would really love to see that. I think it'd be redemptive for him.
Engage. Made too many compromises already. Too many retreats.
And another sort of Picard is back payoff we'd like to see is one of his speeches where he's in control.
The road from legitimate suspicion to rampant paranoia is very much shorter than we think.
So in the first two episodes, there's been a couple moments where he does sort of Picard speeches, but in both cases he sort of loses his temper and isn't in control of the situation and sort of half looks a little foolish.
Because it was no longer Starfleet.
But what I really want to see, if you remember the example I keep going to from Drumhead, he uses a speech about fascism to convince everyone in the room about what the right thing to do is at the moment. And I'd really like to have a scene like that, where that was when, Picard would completely be back.
I may be falling in love with you.
One thing I kind of hope that they maybe subvert is the cliche kind of story evolving between Narek and Soji. Kind of looks like maybe they're playing it that he's going to kind of fall for Soji, even though he's a spy who's meant to get information from her. And I almost hope it doesn't go that direction because that's a bit cliche.
All synthetic life forms are banned throughout the Federation.
I know the Synths are seen as bad. They've been decommissioned because they attacked Utopia Planitia. Before the attack happens, we see the treatment of one of the Synths. And they are definitely playing up that humans are not very kind to these Synths. They're kind of treating them like slaves to some degree. I would like to see a redemption of the Synths in this season.
One thing I'm really hoping to see is a strong villain that develops. Right now, the villains seem to be the Vaj in general, and maybe in specific, Lieutenant Risso and Commodore O.
Right now, there's no one villain. It's kind of an idea that is the villain, so it might be cool to see somebody at some point who's kind of leading this initiative to drive all of this.
I don't know it well enough to like or dislike.
Bruce Maddox is a part of this story. He was involved in the creation of Soji and Daj. We haven't seen him yet. I'd like to see him. Hopefully we meet his character. I'm sure we will. And I'd also like to see him interacting with Picard. They have the common friend in Data, and they also are tied into TNG.
My right to choose. Perhaps my very life.
I still would really like to see Data again. My hope is that he will still be on the show again, whether it's in a recreated form that maybe Maddox does, or even like a hologram or some connection to Data.
I had that theory that we're going to see Data again as a holographic father figure, but at this point it seems that they've made it clear that that's not what's going to happen.
Maddox did create Daj and Soji, so the theory of having the chip implant and maybe having a hologram Data doesn't look like it's going to happen.
And without that, I actually don't think we're probably going to see Data again. Unless it's sort of a conclusive dream, where he has the dream where it's you finished the painting.
You finished the painting, sir.
But I think
and then we see the painting and it's just Picard body, Data face or something. Okay, well that's some of the stuff we kind of are hoping happens in season 1. There's a ton more. We only just kind of scratched the surface, but we just wanted this to be kind of a quick video. Like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. You don't have to, but if you enjoy the content, go for that. I'm detecting you got into some trouble last night.
Hell yeah.